What's up, my friends? How you doing? We are here for a historical discussion and look at the whole original Zendikar block. We're gonna crack some boosters. We're gonna talk about all that goodness. First things first, though, I gotta share the live stream link in the Discord. And for anybody who's wondering, that's the easiest way to make sure you don't miss out on any of the live streams, is join in the Discord, because you never know what channel I'm gonna be live on. And every once in a while, I'm live on a completely different platform, not even YouTube. So if you don't want to miss it all, then that's what you got to do. But it's just so you know, the Discord's just pretty much for live stream notifications. It's not like a big old chatathon going on in that kind. There are some people talking, but I just use it for notifying. Since I'm live every day, I don't really worry too much about engaging in all the conversations in there, because you can just come talk to me whenever, right? So, all right, now that that's out of the way, that's good. Oh, weird, they changed the, that's funky. Now when you change the chat around, it does a little highlighting box. All right, a little functionally nicer looking. I'm down with that. Cheers to that. Oh, you know what? Here's a little peek. Here's a little peek at some boosters. Bum, bum, bum. Oh. All right. Let's do some hellos. What up? Jess, Millmaster, Eng, Felonious T, Billy, Jacob, Jojo, Azur, who else is in here? Dun 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 dun. Maker, David, Gerthulu. There are other names. Let me see them. Zircon, Picard, Gossett, Ned, Isha. Was it yesterday or the day before? Carly saw some squirrel earrings, and I think she saved the picture or something like that to send to Rebecca, just so you know. Millmaster, stop it. Stop trying to use arcane knowledge to break into other universes to say plump the buns in different ways. Oh, so yeah, you know what? I just decided today's the day. We're going to be doing the Zendikar action. And it's crazy the way that memory works, right? Because this, like the Zendikar block, not just does it have a bunch of specific magic memories tied to it, but it's got like sensory memory of me specifically being like, when I think of the Big Eldrazi, I think of being in the Toronto subway. But when I think of the Zendikar Priceless Treasures, I think about not even being in Toronto. I think about being in St. Catharines, because there was this time frame where I was living in Toronto for a few years, but I was still the guy who ran the pre-releases for the LGS. So I would be down at the shop to help with events and things like that, but it was infrequent. So there's well, you know what? Actually, it's that way with a bunch of different Magic sets. There's like different eras in my life depending on where I was and what's going on, and some have stronger and some have lesser memories attached to it. But the Zendikar block that's an interesting time in my life and an interesting time in Magic's life. So I'm super stoked about these packs, to the point where I'm actually going to try and open them in the like super flappy way where you actually protect the packs. I have like team bags, because I plan to keep these booster packs afterwards and the wrappings along with the cards for the memories that come along with it. Plus, on top of that, these booster packs that I'm talking about right here, these ones right here, were sent to me by Brian Tinsman, one of the dudes who worked on Magic the Gathering, right? He was a lead designer, head designer, whichever it is. I don't remember specifically what the term is. But either way, that makes them more impressive, because they came from someone who worked on Magic, right? So there's an extra level that makes me go, yo, I want to keep the packaging and all that. It's a summoning ritual for Clayton. Well, you know what? You've done it properly. At a certain point, he will appear. He will appear. Azur says, my wife and I love watching your stream. Every other Magic reporter is mild in comparison. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But let's also be very real. More people want the mild version. I'm too hot and spicy. I burn a lot of people's mouths. So I'm glad you guys enjoy it. And wife's enjoying it are a rarity, right? You have examples like Cardboard Splendor comes by and is like, okay, you said enough stuff that my wife's triggered. I have to leave now. She's making me shut this off. So not everybody's lady can handle the Hatcher, right? Broccoli, huff that pat dust. What's up, Juglum? You know what, buddy? I was thinking about you earlier today randomly when I was laying in bed. How's that make you feel? How's that make you feel? You know why? Because the masks popped into my head and I thought how dope that was. So if you were excited for other reasons, wah. What up, Cramden? What up, Mark? Yeah, you know what? Salty. Yep, that's not an inaccurate way to describe me. Try pineapples. I don't like pineapples, fellers. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of pineapple. I don't like pineapple on pizza, but I don't consider it heresy to put pineapple on pizza, right? Like, I think here's where I draw the line. People go, no pineapple on pizza. I don't care what you put on the pizza. It's once we get to the crust that you're going to start to have issues with me. Once we get crusty, that's when we're going to have a problem. Because if your crust is stuffed with stuff, no, stop it. Stop it. Do you have dipping sauce for your crust? No, stop it. Okay? Either you like the crust and you eat the crust, or the crust is a natural barrier to protect you from your own fatness. Put it the fuck down. Why don't you just eat your own hand? Why don't you just eat random pieces of paper dipped in ranch, right? Like, there's a limit, and I draw the line at the crust. You want pineapple on your pizza? Cool. Whatever. I don't like it. I'll pick it off. The little bit of extra sweetness left on the pizza, whatever. The pizza was free. If it was my pizza, it wouldn't have pineapple on it. But yeah, free pizza, I'll pick the pineapple off of. That's okay. But you don't need dipping sauce. I'll smack that out of your hand, and that's me doing you a favor. I'll save your life. Hey, Neo Jester, get your own Cookmasters. I'm surprised that actually was allowed. Do you know what I mean? Like the super chat is usually more restrictive, so I guess they're with you, man. They're just like, you know what, bro? I'm annoyed by magic too. That's hilarious. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Juglum, you missed the live stream because you were sleeping. That's okay, buddy. Attendance isn't mandatory. You show up when you want to. And the live streams are available afterwards for viewing too. So you don't have to worry as much about if you miss out on it, right? Valhalla, what's up? Good thing to end the night on. Yeah. Yeah. Pineapple juice and pork that are besties. Pineapple juice can be used to tenderize meat, right? Good pizza and bad pizza is determined by whether you want to eat the crust. That's an interesting determination, but I don't actually agree. I love crust, and you can have crust on pizza that's good and the pizza sucks, and you can have good pizza and crappy crust. So you can enjoy either or. It's not like it's not an automatic, but I do love me a good crust. When you're like, yo, this doesn't even need that thin line of tomato sauce and cheese at the edge to be banger. It's just, wow, my mouth is watering thinking about it. Mark, am I sponsoring Pizza Hut, not cheese pizza? Okay, first of all, I love Pizza Hut, but I wouldn't get any stuffed crust pizza. No. So I'm a huge fan of Pizza Hut's pizza. That's the one thing under their umbrella that's not garbage, because it's KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell that are all together, right? And KFC, in Canada at least, is complete garbage, not worth buying ever. Taco Bell was never worth buying. Anybody who goes into Taco Bell should be like given coupons for counseling because they hate themselves, right? So Taco Bell was never an option. Being friends with Taco Bell was never an option. But Pizza Hut, oh, Pizza Hut. I want to lick the greasy, I want to deep throat the greasy Pizza Hut meat, bro. I love Pizza Hut. It's making my mouth water. Randomology, you know what, bro? I can get behind hot peppers on pizza, but here's the thing. We got to be really picky because I can't handle good hot peppers. So we got to get cheap hot peppers that aren't too hot. I can get down with that. That's about it. Era, you like pizza crust? It's tasty? Correct. Cheese and jalapeno? Ew, no, thank you. I mean, at least you're getting vegetables, so it's healthy, but I won't eat it. Jess, you don't feel right when I don't stream. It's become an integral part of your night. Well, you know what, buddy? I can't say that I know what it's like to go through hatchet withdrawals because I get me all day, every day. But if I wasn't around, I'd miss me too. So I get it. I get it. Make your own pizza. Well, you know what? It doesn't taste the same, right? Sorry, but your pizza that you make at home for $2 doesn't taste like Pizza Hut pizza. And there's no way you're going to convince me otherwise. Probably part of it is you're not going to put nearly as much garbage that's bad for you in the pizza, right? That makes it tasty. I want all my fat, salt, trans, MSG, all of it, bro. I'm going to fucking consume it all because you know what? I'm stronger. I'm stronger than MSG. I'm stronger than trans fats. I am pure human might. I will take that Pizza Hut and turn it into more glorious Hatcher. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but for decades now, I've been taking random parts of the world and turning it into this. That's fucking amazing. That's the real magic right there. Broccoli, they're pan pizzas. Yeah, back in the day, like bringing it straight to the table in the actual pan. Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, of course, Juggling. Of course you ate the pineapple. That's the correct move, bro. You want honey? What? What? Honey on a pizza? Come on, man. Come on. I already got traumatized today. Zircon, you're saying that Pizza Hut is good, but there's so much better out there? Agreed. I am not trying to put forth that Pizza Hut is the best pizza place on the planet. It's literally a chain, and there's a certain threshold where you're clearly going to blow by them. But, for like chain level pizza, Pizza Hut is banger as hell. It does cost $50 to get their 2 pizza and whatever deal, which is pricey, but I don't feel robbed when I get it because you get a bunch of meals out of it. And man, I am making my mouth water thinking about it right now. Isha saw the earrings. Nice. Right on. Okay, Carly already spread the word. Oh, broccoli. You making a pizza in a large cast iron with bacon grease. Yes. Yes. This is how you get my attention. Bradford, I'm going to have you run out of town, bro. I'm going to have you run out of town on a rail. Tuna on a pizza? You're going to get tuned up with that attitude. I was literally reading today. It's like cheap sources of protein. And like tuna was one of the ones that came up. I'd rather eat dog food, son. I heard it's 60% protein. There's a meme out there. Dog food is 60% protein. I know what I have to do, but I don't think I'm strong enough to do it. Tuna's disgusting. Just disgusting. Honey on pizza isn't something I'm automatically against. All right, just so we're clear. Just so we're clear. Valhalla, meat under the cheese, I'm with you. Meat lovers pizza, I'm with you. Barbecue sauce, pass. Pass. Carly likes barbecue sauce on her pizza. We went to Score Pizza, where it's like more of a frou pizza place, right? And not by much, but compared to like Pizza Hut or whatever. So we went there. We're getting a pizza, like a regular sized pizza, and I'm like, okay, I'll get a regular pizza. And she's like, and the chick's like, for her, and I'm like, we're sharing a pizza. She's not getting an entire pizza herself. What is wrong with people that is your default question? You think we're both gonna sit down and consume an entire fucking pizza? People need to be stopped. People need to be stopped, bro. Like, for real. I remember when I found out my buddy was buying pizzas and an entire pizza, and he'd eat an entire pizza as a meal, and I'm like, listen, you fat round fuck, you need to stop this, you bitch. You're too much person. You don't need that much, and you're not getting that much joy from it. You're just cramming all these extra fucking calories into you. You need 2 or 3 slices tops, and then fucking stop, fatty. Calm the fuck down. Oh, randomology, bro, fuck you for bringing up ranch dressing as a pizza dipping sauce, because guess what? Carly brought home some fucking flatbread today. Check it out, I brought home some flatbread pizza, and I thought to myself, man, that looks really cheesy. That looks really cheesy. Guess what, though? Guess what? It does. It's not really cheesy. It's not really cheesy because it's white sauce. It's fucking ranch. It's something made by the devil. Whoever made that pizza, I should be allowed to smack them in the balls with a fucking socket wrench. Like, for real, bro. Who puts ranch on a pizza? That's fucking hateful. That should be illegal. I didn't even know that could be a thing. I took one bite of the pizza and my brain, get it out of my mouth. What is this? And I spit it out and I picked up the box and I looked and I saw it had ranch. And Carly's in here saying, yeah, there you go. She said I had a fit. I didn't. I'm having a fit now. All I did was spit it straight out and go, what? So yeah, that was my lunch ruined. Do you know what I had instead? I had plain salted crackers and a chunk of cheddar cheese. That's what I had. I sat there with my knife and I cut little chunks of cheese and put them on plain old crackers. That was my lunch because I got ranch hosed. Ranch hosed. Hardcore. Jess, you eat half a 14-inch in a sitting? Yeah, I'm not interested in your sex life, son. I don't care that you fucking chow down on the first 7 inches and then give up like a fucking clown, all right? Oh, I deserve Pizza Hut now, man. Felonious wait. Fuck you. You get timed out, dickhead. You fucking cheering Carly on for ranch? You know what, buddy? I'm not even doing a 5-minute. Guess what, Felonious T? 30 fucking minutes. You just got a 30-minute timeout. Now they let me choose the amount of time. Play fucking dangerous games. Win stupid prizes. 30 fucking minutes. 30 minutes for cheering on the ranch, motherfucker. You're in the corner, bitch. Nobody needs to hear. You ain't Felonious T. You're fucking Balonious T. You're Felonious Low T in the fucking corner. No cheering on the ranch. 30 minutes in the fucking timeout box for ranch housing. 30 minutes. I'm a tyrant. And you know what? Let's open up a booster pack right now while Balonious T can't say shit. Oh, fuck. All right. We got some brave motherfuckers. Put user in timeout. Pots! You know what, bro? You know what? You want to do that? Here we go. The only thing I do more than 30 minutes is 24 hours. Enjoy a full 24-hour ban. Hashtag yes to ranch on pizza. Hashtag 24 hours. I'll see you tomorrow at 10:30, motherfucker. Or maybe on the other channel. You're done. You're done. I am a tyrant. That's how this works. You want a back ranch? Well, you may as well head to the ranch, son, because I ain't giving you a branch to pull you out of this quagmire. Ah! That ranch ruined my lunch. I ain't having it. I ain't having it. First 24-hour timeout I've ever given out, and it's for ranch. Take that, you potted plant. Okay, so let's start with the original Zendikar. All right, so the way that it works, all right, is for the original Zendikar, it had a really cool concept on a couple different levels. The ancient treasure concept, where you're delving deep into the lower parts of Zendikar, checking out caverns and stuff, looking for ancient treasures and temples to old gods, right? Pretty cool concept. And so they did an Ancient Treasures where they actually went and got a bunch of vintage Magic cards and just inserted them into random Zendikar packs. Now, I don't know if this is initial run Zendikar. I have literally no concept. But that means that theoretically there can be any random old school card in here. I think the craziest thing I ever saw pulled was a Soul Ring, but I heard about people pulling dual lands and stuff. So it could also just be some random other thing. Like, I have no idea if they throw Uchten Trolls in there too. I don't know. But Zendikar is a really cool concept as a world, and it develops into something really awesome and amazing. And it's cool that Soren's on the pack, because this is actually the first time that we get to see Soren. This is where he was introduced into Magic the Gathering. Zendikar is a funky one. All right, so let me see if I can gently open the booster pack. Is that what the quest cards represented? Yes, the quest cards absolutely represented expeditions into Zendikar. I need to put my name on the board. Nope, Lord of the board is whoever has the biggest money dongus. That's always been the rule. Okay, this is... this is... It's harder to do it gently than I thought it'd be. Come on, man. Just gotta peel back the lips. Oh, I did it. I did it. Oh, oh. Guys, this is actually... Zendikar is the first set... the first main set that didn't have the starter decks sold alongside it. Okay, I'm getting in there. I'm getting in there, guys. Oh. Gently. Be a gentleman. Yes. All right. So far, so good. Look at that. That's a clean opening, guys. So what you want to do after you peel the lips back is you take two fingers... Yeah. Do you see the pink part here? You take two fingers. Okay. Hey, Felonious T, what do you think of my job opening this pack? Potts! Hey, Potts, why don't you get in with your opinion on this? Let me know what you think about this Zendikar. Mr. Ranch? Huh? What do you got to say? What do you got to say, huh? Nothing. 24 hours, baby. It's been 4 minutes, Potts. It's been 4 minutes. Okay. Anyways. Back to this historical opening. Oh, my. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, I did it perfectly. Oh, that's the first time ever. All right. Here we go. All right, so we got Timber Maw Larva. Look at that, bro. That's more than 2 fingers for sure. 1 green and 3 for a 2/2 beast. Whenever Timber Maw Larva attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each forest you control. Garbage. You can't trust your eyes. A tree might look healthy, but its insides tell a different tale. And that's from Zargada, Halimar Expedition Leader. So this is some world building flavor, right? You get to see this is literally the larva of something that is inside a tree somewhere. And it's just like, oh yeah, great. It just falls out on you. Blah. Oh, look at that. It's kind of gross, man. All right. Then we got Paralyzing Grasp. A blue and 2 for an enchant creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. These have always felt like a super underwhelming style of card, you know, where you just go, all right, you pay a lot of mana to tap down a creature and keep it tapped. Blue traditionally has a hard time against creatures. In the current era, they've upped what these cards do considerably. Like, for example, you've got the, what's it called? Thunder Junction version of this is like 4 mana, and it shuts off the creature's ability to attack, block, and removes its abilities or something like that. Like, it's so much stronger. They tack so much more onto these abilities nowadays. So, what does the flavor text say? The Halimar Sea Caves are both the breeding ground of giant squids and the dumping grounds of hardened criminals. Oh, whoa, look at this. This is something I love about going through booster packs like this, is that you get to see, like, when you look at commons, especially, like cards that suck, there's a lot of flavor hidden on them that gets completely ignored because we only pay attention, really, to the powerhouse cards that we play with on a regular basis, and everything else just ends up sliding into the background. But this is wild, man. This is like an upside down view. Like, that's nutty. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Is it on the belly of a giant squid? Like the tentacles wrapped around the leg? Look at that. That's horrifying, man. That is horrifying. That's some good flavor. All right. Then we've got this massive boar. Like, look at the size of it. It's just huge. Imagine these things like 1 red and 3, 3 2. And it's like running through like crevasse canyons and stuff, man. This is crazy. It's so gigantic, and it's like flinging what looks like a hapless goblin to me up in the air. And this was around when Intimidate showed up too, wasn't it? I don't remember exactly where Intimidate came in. Those who dare stand in its path are either brave or mindless, or in the case of goblins, both. There you go. That's fun. So, I mean, it definitely looks huge, right? It's got like 3/3 can be an elephant. And when you look at this looks like something that could fight an elephant, right? Oh, here we go. Here's a card that actually made waves people played with. The Step Links. The Landfall was an ability that first showed up in Zendikar. You had cards that triggered on lands coming into play before, but they didn't have specifically like Landfall codified as an ability across a bunch of cards. So this one is whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and it's 0/1. Flavor text says, nothing quickens the predator's blood like the unfamiliar sense of new hunting grounds and the mewling cries of new prey. So I always thought that it was weird that this, like, look at this thing. Is this thing supposed to be harmless regularly? It can't do anything at 0/1? Like, whatever, right? So that feels weird from a flavor perspective. But, you know, when you put out a bunch of lands, especially when using, oh, I'll put out a fetch land. Okay, that gives it +2/+2. Sack the fetch land to go get a land. Bam. You know, it's a 4/5. So people used this guy and played it Geopede. Landfall was a real thing, and this guy definitely made a difference. Harrow, a card that was originally printed in Homelands, if I'm not mistaken. 1 green and 2, as an additional cost to cast it, sack a land. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield, shuffle your library. 3 mana and sacking a land to get 2 lands isn't that great a deal, but the fact that it's at instant speed makes it all right. You can see in the artwork it's depicting these hedrons. Now, at this point in the story, when we're exploring Zendikar, we do not know what the hedrons mean at all. They are just these weird floating arcane rocks that happen to be on Zendikar, and nobody has any concept of why they're there. The flavor text says, the royal redraws the world as it passes, leaving only the hedrons unchanged. So the Zendikar Royal is like an aspect of nature, but it's chaotic and ever-changing. And it's like, it's semi-awake. The planar spirit is semi-awake, and its existence is shown through the Royal. We got Grunts. 1 red and 4 for a 2/2 haste. Whenever this or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you can put a +1/+1 on the Grunts. This card sucks. It sucks. But the allies were pretty cool. The idea of having a group of like allies going down on an expedition, traveling together, it really does have the same kind of flavor as the D&D party kind of vibe, right? Where you got your different individuals are part of a party, but this is a precursor to it. Goblins are more aggressive with a crowd to cheer them on. That's totally believable. There's people around doing feats and they're like, we're going to do feats too, right? It's funky also. These goblins look a little more organized than ones you would normally see. Oh, here's another card that made waves. Vampire Lacerator. 1 black mana for a 2/2. Just straight up, you get a 2/2 for 1 black. But at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose a life unless your opponent's significantly weakened. They have to be at 10 or less life. The Lacerators cut themselves before each hunt. They must feed before the sun rises or bleed to death. That is a really cool concept for vampires. I like that. That's like, all right, vampires are normally, you know, wow, we're half decently immortal. We're hard to kill. The idea that these ones are whack jobs who will be like, yo, I'm just going to bleed out, right? So the idea is if your opponent's taking a bunch of damage, they can just be feeding on your opponent's blood and they're fine. But if they haven't, they need to feed on your blood because they're maniacs who cut themselves up. But a lot of power, right? 1 black, 2/2. That's nothing to sneeze at. Desecrated Earth. 1 black and 4 for a sorcery. Destroy target land, its controller discards a card. This is awful. And the reason it's awful is because Wizards intentionally made land destruction very weak in Magic the Gathering, and for good reason. Land destruction is really unfun, and Magic already has its own form of pseudo land destruction in terms of just not giving you enough lands and you're just getting hosed. So, yeah, the artwork for this is crazy. You've got this core warrior standing here with the earth is just spitting up this miasma. The land is swollen with mana, cursed relics, and secrets. If you puncture it, you never know what will burst out. That's wild, man. A quote from an Ondu relic hunter. You drive your blade into the earth and poisoned magic just billows up in a cloud. You have to leap back. That's insane. Love it. Nissa's Chosen. Oh, yeah, that's right. Nissa was in this set. 2 green for a 2/3. 2 green for a 2/3 wasn't a bad deal back then. If Nissa's Chosen we put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put it on the bottom of its owner's library instead. There's a Nissa Planeswalker specifically that lets you go and get one of these and put them onto the battlefield. That's part of the reason it goes back on the bottom of your deck, so you can keep using it. Yeah, Magar, you don't think Wizards knew what the Hedrons were? They absolutely did, buddy. They had an entire story written for the whole thing. So yeah, this is like, you might not like what Wizards is doing with the story now, and you might be overly negative towards everything they do now, but this isn't now. This is over a decade ago when they put in genuine effort. And the flavor and story behind Zendikar is fucking awesome. And they knew what they were doing. And they did it in a way that pulled the wool over our eyes, but the clues were there if you wanted to see them. It's sweet. All right. Narrow Escape. 1 white and 2. It's an instant. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. You gain 4 life. I like spells like this. They're tricksy. It's like that new 1 blue, 1 colorless 3/2 soldier that flashes into play. It has flying, and when it comes out, you can pop another soldier back into your hand. It's like, surprise! I saved one of my things, and I get a benefit from it. I like that. That is a fun mechanic. A good explorer has to be as slippery as a Gomazoa, as tough as a Scoot Bug, and luckier than a 10-fingered trap finder. Hey, I like that. That's pretty good. This is sweet. It's got some good flavor. And look at that. And the narrow escape from that. That could literally be an aspect of the Royal just leaping up. Just cha, right? Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. All right. We got Trusty Machete. 1 mana. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. Equip 2. Oh, yeah. If you know the guy, you know the movie Machete? The guy who played him or whatever? He signs these. Danny Trejo signs these. And hooks people up with them. It's all right. Oh, I didn't read the flavor text. Until this expedition is done, that blade is your guardian, your liberator, and your best friend, all rolled into one. Pretty straightforward knowledge to impart to a beginner. Summoner's Bane. 2 blue and 2, instant. Counter target creature spell. Put a 2/2 blue illusion creature token onto the battlefield. I don't need to have the perfect plan. My foe just has to have an imperfect one. And that's a quote by Jace. You know what? That's how I approach a lot of Magic games. So yeah, this is a fun one. I like this. I enjoy the artwork. It's like, I'm casting this flame spell. And it's like, it's being countered by this illusionary being that's being called into forth. Well, I'm gonna take the magic energy that you had and rework it into an illusion of my own making. That's pretty cool. And the crystals in the cave forming into this mouth. I have no idea if this is repurposed artwork because it doesn't 100% theoretically fit the flavor, but this is a cool card. Oh, Core Duelist. Yeah. 1 white for a 1/1. As long as he's equipped, he has Double Strike. My buddy Wayne invented Double Strike, so it's always fun to see Double Strike cards. Artwork's pretty straightforward, just showing a dude ready to duel. Hey, World Queller. Nice. I don't have one of these in my cube, bro. This thing's great. 2 white and 3 for a 4/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can choose a card type. If you do, each player sacrifices a permanent of that type. Flavor text says, why fight the world when you know who will win? Pretty solid. And this is just like an avatar. This is an avatar of Zendikar. This is sweet, man. This is sweet. Oh, we got the full art forest. These were a big deal. Full art lands were a big deal in the original Zendikar block because we didn't normally get them. You only got them from unsets. And so they were few and far between. So these were actually the basic lands had good trade value. It was fantastic. And I mean, I love what Wizards does now because I love having all kinds of different full art lands. They make me happy. And we've got a 4/4 beast token snorting at you out the jungle, son. Get snorted on. All right, that was a good pack. All right, let me set the world queller aside so I can put that into my cube, because that's definitely going into my cube. And then I'm going to put the rest of this and the wrap into a little team bag to put with my other boosters. I did such a good job with this wrapper. I'm very pleased. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's sweet. That is sweet. So, next up, we've got Worldwake. So this is the next step in the storyline where something's going on now. Delving down into Zendikar has awakened the ancient gods, and there's some kind of problem going on, and Zendikar is going insane, right? Remember how I mentioned the royal? Well, now the royal is like, it's going nutty. It's trying to destroy people. Like, it's getting super out of hand. The planet itself is freaking out, almost like a reaction to like a virus or something else, you know? All right, let's go ahead and gently get into this one too. So the big chase card in this one, Jace the Mind Sculptor, it turned this set into a full-on lottery and pumped the price of these packs into the stratosphere. Oh, yes. Yes! So far, so good. Gently now. Gently. Aha! Alright. Okay. Ha ha! Success! I am a gentleman. Okay. So, starting out, we've got join the ranks. 1 white and 3 for an instant. Put 2 1/1 white soldier ally creature tokens onto the battlefield. This was a lot of fun because there's a ton of allies that trigger on allies entering the battlefield. So this is double trigger all your ally dudes. That feels good. Flavor text says, expeditionary houses are notorious for their rivalries, but when adventurers meet in the wilderness, the instinct for mutual survival outweighs petty grudges. Pretty straightforward. We're not going to fight. It's too dangerous out here. Let's be friends. Jagwasp. Don't be a Jagwasp, bro. 1 black and 3, 3/2 flyer. Flavor text says, you know how to tell a sapling explorer from an old hardhead? See which one mistakes a swarm of Jagwasps for the setting sun. Oh, that's crazy. It's like, yo, the sun's setting. No, that's a Jagwasp swarm. We got to get out of here, bro. They'll tear people apart. That's intense. My throat's a little dry. All right. Then we got the Crusher Zendikar. 1 red and 2. Enchant land. Enchanted land is a 4/2 red beast creature with trample. It's still a land. When the enchanted land goes to the graveyard, return that card to its owner's hand. So they did a cycle of these. So you'll see them across the 5 different colors. And I really like the way that they handled the downside of this, because when you play an aura on something, you're begging to get 2 for 1, and that thing's going to get destroyed. And that's why enchanting things usually sucks. And enchanting a land into a creature is a really risky bet, because it turns all creature destruction into land destruction, and you can easily get hosed. But by adding the condition that when the enchanted land goes to the graveyard, you get it back, that means you can turn it into a creature relatively risk-free. And this definitely illustrates Zendikar's Royal coming to life. This is pretty funky, man. Look at that. It's just like breathing fire. A mountain woke up and it's like, yo, let's fight, bro. Sajiri Step lands with triggered abilities when they come into play that work like pseudo spells. This wasn't something that you really saw before this. So this taps for a white mana, enters the battlefield tapped, but when it enters the battlefield, you pick one of your creatures to get protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. The artwork shows a barren land. You wouldn't want to be there. Grey Pelt Hunter. This is an ally, 1 green and 3 for a 2/2 trampler. Whenever he or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you can put a +1/+1 counter on him. So that instant we saw before would beef this guy up by 2. And he's got that hunter out in the wilds kind of vibe, covered in pelts. He's got the proper flavor, showing that all kinds of different residents of Zendikar were coming together to be allies. Oh, we got another Zendikar in the same pack. Here's the blue one. 1 blue, it makes the land a 2/2 blue elemental with flying. I liked this one a lot. It's cheap and easy to use, right? The artwork's got like a hand coming out of a flying mountain, right? That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. It looks like a flying mountain. That's nuts. All right, then we've got a corrupted Zendikar. Wow, they're like, okay, you want to talk about the cycle? We'll show off the cycle. 1 black and 1. This is a 3/3 black ooze creature. So the swamps turn into these sludge piles, but you can see they all represent the actual world awakening. Zendikar is rallying, but why? That's what we'll find out in the next pack. Claws of Valakut, the mountain. 2 red and 1. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 for each mountain you control and has first strike. That's a lot of beef, right? And look at that flaming fist. That's pretty wild. The guy's like, ha! That's got some intensity to it. Snapping Creeper. 1 green and 2, 2/3. It's got landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, this guy gets vigilance till end of turn. Meh. Flavor text says its vast network of roots and vines keeps it aware of distant dangers. Cool flavor, great artwork, very underwhelming magic card though, you know? What do we got after that? Veterans Reflexes, okay. Veterans Reflexes, 1 white instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn, untap that creature. Not too shabby. Assume everything wants to kill you. At the very least, assume everything wants what's in your pack. Words to live by. Slavering Gnolls. 1 red and 1 for a 2/1 goblin zombie. Whenever Slavering Gnolls deals combat damage to a player, if you control a swamp, you can have that player discard a card. 2 mana for a 2/1 that when it hits your opponent, they discard a card is really strong. And zombie goblins like this are way more intimidating than regular goblins because there's no way for you to actually go ahead and outmaneuver them in terms of, all right, I'm going to convince you of this dumb nonsense because you're goblins. It can be easily tricked, right? Hammer of Ruin. 2 mana, equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you can destroy target equipment that player controls. This is cool. I love the look of this. It's a pretty wild, like, yo, I got through your defenses and now I'm going to break some of your gear. Way more exciting to me than the stuff we've seen in Markov Manor with the lead pipe and the rope, right? And we've got Rumbling Aftershocks. 1 red and 4 enchantment. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, you may have Rumbling Aftershocks deal damage to target creature or player equal to the number of times that spell was kicked. The Zendikar block was where they introduced multi-kicker. So you could actually kick spells as many times as you wanted. And that was an interesting development. Flavor text says, I like it here. You always get a little more for your mana. And that's a quote from Chandra. So yeah, I mean, you can see that you've got some rocks falling down the mountainside for the Rumbling Aftershocks. It's fine. Flavor's a little bit weird on it, but it's cool. Oh, bro, we actually got a good rare. This is a useful vampire card. 2 black for a 2/2. Whenever this or another vampire you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you can pay 1 black. If you do, target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This card is a house. Each of Malakir's great families boasts a contingent of nulls appropriate to its rank in society. So these vampires are the ones who are responsible for what happened to those goblins that we saw, right? The artwork on this is absolutely incredible. The Highborn, I love the intricate nature of her garb compared to the sort of blended out, blurry nature of everyone who's with her. It really makes her stand out as the leader of the contingent, and you might not even notice that she's at the head of an army at first. You might think that's just some background window dressing and maybe there's just the retainer right behind her. But yeah, this is a fantastic card. Then we got a 3/3 elephant token with green glowing magic flowing from its eyes. Not too shabby. And, hey, another forest. Nice. They know I like my mono green action. This was a very solid pack, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Well, I'm not putting the Calastria Highborn in my cube because that would make no sense. Tribal stuff like that does not work in it. So, it will stay in the pack in its entirety. And that leaves the final booster pack. So, when exploring the world of Zendikar, what a bunch of treasure seekers found were ancient temples to different gods like Ula and Kosi, right? Ancient temples to ancient gods filled with all kinds of secrets. But here's the thing. It was all a lie. Those ancient gods were actually echoes of ancient terrors. You know how things through time fall into mythology? Well, that's what happened here. There were no secret gods of Zendikar. No. The secret gods of Zendikar were the fucking Eldrazi that were trapped inside of Zendikar. The Hedrons used to bind them down under the surface of Zendikar. Zendikar was the Eldrazi's prison. Why was the Royal going crazy and trying to kill everybody and going nuts? It was reacting to the Eldrazi being awakened by people going deep down. They basically stirred up the Eldrazi. The Eldrazi are so powerful that only a fragment of their existence can reach into the multiverse. They have to dwell outside in the blind eternities, right? So this was a crazy moment, and I absolutely loved that, like, the temple... They had people who worshipped Kosi and Ula, but they were representing false gods that were created as echo remembrances of the actual Eldrazi Titans. And when the Eldrazi Titans made their resurgence, the vampires joined them. The vampires joined sides with the Eldrazi and went back to serving them because the vampires had originally been the Eldrazi servants before they were imprisoned by Sorin and, who was it? Sorin, Ugin, and was it Nahiri? Anyways, it was a super, super epic revelation that I didn't see coming initially. And it was just like, what? So cool. So cool. Oh yeah, and if you like Magic Story, for anybody who doesn't know, I have an entire channel dedicated to Magic lore. And I just put out the second installment of the Thunder Junction story today. I'm putting out an installment each day as they come out. So today is about the guy who was told... They totally decided they wanted to try and do the Mandalorian because Buddy has hardcore Mandalorian vibes. The Sandalorian. All right. Masterfully now. Yeah. Oh, I was about to say it's like I have practice, but bro. Oh, I ripped it. I ripped it. Oh, well, not that big a deal. Okay, so what do we have here? Essence Feed. 1 black and 5. Target player loses 3 life. You gain 3 life and put 3 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have sack this creature, add a colorless to your mana pool. There were a ton of cards that made these crazy Eldrazi spawns, and you could sack them to help you put out the big bad boy Eldrazi. That artwork's wild. Standing there screaming, shrieking your mind out as these Eldrazi beings come into existence around you. These Cthulhu-level horrors. That's wild, man. The Eldrazi grow wherever something else dies. Oh, yeah. Emrakul's Hatcher. That's me. 5 mana for a 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, put 3/0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens onto the battlefield. Wordlessly, it leads its abhorrent brood. Man, that's nutty. All these different lower level Eldrazi start to boil over the surface of Zendikar as the main. Basically, all the Eldrazi take on aspects of different Eldrazi Titans. So you can tell which one's which based on whatever kind of protrusions and stuff they have, right? So tentacles, you're going to be looking at like Emrakul aligned ones. Puncturing Light. 1 white and 1, instant. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature with power 3 or less. The vampires knew what was coming. I know it, and they did nothing. They deserve to feel the same agony they've caused all of us. And that is Anaton, an Ondu cleric. I love it. I love it. The betrayal in there, they know. The vampires knew. They knew the Eldrazi were coming back, and they did nothing. They didn't warn us. They deserved to suffer. And look at that. Look at that jagged bolt of holy light that is piercing that vampire in an agony-inducing way. This artwork is incredibly evocative. I adore this. I love when a card does a great job of telling a story, and this is one frozen moment of pure action. So good. Speaking of good, we got a Soul Sister. Soul's Attendant. 1 white, 1/1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you can gain a life. So we had a card way back in the day from, what was it, Exodus, I believe? Soul Warden, who was the same kind of thing. So this is a really solid ability. In truth, her own faith was gone, trodden in Ulamog's wake. She pantomimed the blessing in the hope that it would inspire others to continue to struggle. How incredible is that flavor? This is a cleric who was dedicated to worshiping the god Ula. She dedicated her life to learning healing magic and helping people in the name of a god who turned out to not only not be real, but was the complete opposite. A being of fathomless destruction that is now laying waste to her world. What an incredible crisis of faith, and what a testament to the strength of character of this person. Again, an entire story in one card. I love it. I love this. Like, I love so much about Magic the Gathering, and this is everything that Magic should be. Then we've got the Alond Umbra. 1 white and 1, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +0/+4. That's all crap, but the totem armor part is really exciting. If enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead, remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. So if the creature's going to die, the enchantment takes the hit instead. Remember how I talked about how easy it is to get 2 for 1? This really helps stop that. And I love the fact that all these totem-style armors literally show the individuals inside a gigantic spectral version of the animal they represent. That is epic flavor. And imagine how fun it would be to run along inside one of these, how fast you would be able to move, but also because you're inside it, you wouldn't have to worry about the wind whipping and pulling at your hair and bugs smashing on your face and stuff, right? So that is awesome. Charging along at sunset in a gigantic, like, deer made of light, that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, speaking of amazing, look at this one. Here's another one of those Umbras, the Umbra Auras. Bro, this is the snake one. 1 green and 2. The enchanted creature gets +1/+1, and whenever this creature deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. This is cube worthy. This is going in my cube, because this is straight up a curiosity that protects the creature you put it on. That's awesome. And look, she's just kneeling, chilling with nature magic, like ripping through the jungle at high speed inside this gigantic spectral snake. That's awesome. Battle Rattle Shaman. This one's goofy. 1 red and 3, 2/2. Beginning a combat on your turn, you can have target creature get +2/+0 to land a turn. The Shaman rattles not to inspire a battle fury, but to drown out the shrieks of those fleeing the Eldrazi. And that's a lot of bravery for a goblin. People are screaming and running for their life, and he's just making as much noise as he can to make it seem like it's all right. You've got to admire that. And I love the color scheme of it. I love the light, the yellow light that's coming from behind him, and the blue mystical light that like smoke that's flowing up in front of him. It really does give him that shaman vibe. I like it. Last Kiss. 1 black and 2. It's instant speed, 2 damage to target creature, and you gain 2 life. Romanticize it, glamorize it, call it what you will. To me, it will always be carnal, bloody murder. I love these flavor texts. They expand the world. And look at that artwork. This is one of Zendikar's vampires bringing somebody to their end. That is just epic looking, man. Epic. Aura Gnarlid. 1 green and 2. This guy's a 2/2. Yeah, creatures with power less than his can't block him, and he gets +1/+1 for every enchantment on the board. That's no joke. In an enchantment deck, it can get wild, and it's a pretty intense looking beast too when you get right down to it. Wow, this is a really Umbra laden pack. Both, you know what, we have multiple packs that were really aura heavy. 1 white for the Hyena Umbra. This one gives +1/+1 and first strike and has totem armor. That one's, yeah, they're all cool, man. Riding around in a gigantic hyena. The Hedrons are crumbling. You know why they're crumbling? Because the Eldrazi are no longer imprisoned. It's nuts. Merfolk Sky Scout. 2 green and 2 for a 2/3 flyer. Whenever it attacks or blocks, untap target permanent. Emeria is a pleasant lie. A figment to hide Emrakul's hideous face. I can only hope to uncover a truth that lies deeper still. I really, really love the way they did this. You have the different religions. The merfolk believe in this one. These guys believe in these ones or whatever. And it's not universal across them. They don't have to believe in particular ones. But I like seeing this loss of faith and the terror that comes underneath, but also the hope and the will to keep moving on as well. It's enjoyable. And the gigantic flying like manta ray is cool. Aquatic flying action. I dig it. Then we've got an Eldrazi Brood Warden. 2 green and 3 for a 4/4, and it gives your Eldrazi spawns, those 0/1s, it gives them +2/+1. So now they're all as tough as grizzly bears. All those little weird spawns that were kicking around not doing anything, now all of a sudden, instead of popping open on the ground, they're turning into these vicious killers. The least of gods shall tower over the mightiest of mortals, and death shall reign over all. Crypt of Agadim inscription. Bro, how prophetic is that? The least of gods shall tower over the mightiest of mortals. That's cool. And death shall reign over all. I dig it. I dig it. That's so good. That's so good. Then we got Luminous Wake. 1 white and 2, enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks or blocks, you gain 4 life. If Destiny's champions have arisen to fight the Ancient Ones, then let me too do my part. All right. Fair enough. That's cool. Got some life-giving magic. It's not that exciting. Oh, no. Come on, man. Really? Really? Light Minefield? Oh. Come on, man. Why you gotta do me like this? 2 white and 2 for an enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures attack, Light Minefield deal damage to each of those creatures equals the number of attacking creatures. If you want to kill a lot of goblins, just make sure your defenses look like fun. The flavor text is fun. But this is like one of the most disappointing rares in the set, to the point where even now it echoes through the ages to disappoint me a decade later. It's like, who's going to be dumb enough to squad run into it and have it matter? Do you know what I mean? It's not... It never will do the thing that you think it's going to do overall. So it's just like, psh, whatevs, bro. Sparkly, run into my sparkles. Boopity boop. I don't know. Oh, well. And then we got the swamp. Look at that, man. That is a pretty wild looking swamp. Look at the crazy. Look at what? It's like it's trying to get up out of the water and it's reaching up towards a messed up hedron, bro. Oh, they got a rules tip for the Eldrazi. Hailing from the blind eternities, the space between planes, the Eldrazi have transcended the colors of mana as we know them. As a result, the Eldrazi progenitors themselves and those closest to them are colorless. Don't let the mana cost fool you. These Eldrazi are not artifacts. The rise of the Eldrazi set also marks the debut of colorless instants and sorceries. Like their Eldrazi creators, these versatile spells can be put into almost any deck. The smaller Eldrazi drones are aligned with the color of magic, but they create Eldrazi spawn creature tokens. 0/1 colorless creatures that can be sacrificed to add 1 colorless to your mana pool. Look for instants and sorceries that also give you Eldrazi spawn for a colorless mana boost. And then they've got some seriously fun. Go play in a Magic event. Right on. Cool. Well, I gotta say, overall, those were some fun packs. Those were some fun packs. I got the dud rare because I tore the pack. That's the punishment. Bam, bam, bam. Are my shirts available in 8-year-old sizes? I don't know what range of sizes Teespring has up for the shirts. So you would have to double check that. But if they're too big for your kid, just tell them to fatten up, right? Or stick pillow. Get him a shirt and stick pillows in it, and then he'll be extra tough, extra tough. All right, into the team bag you go. All right. All three are now in their little team bags, which means I'm going to add them to the box where I keep all this stuff. My pack box where I've been keeping individual packs. Got it in the old school. What? Remember this? Remember this? There's an opening of this on my channel, actually, if you want to see the box being opened. I got a bunch of fun stuff in here. Revised, Fallen Empires, Legends, Alliances, and other ones, too. And now these three. Sometimes I take them out and just, like, flip through them, because they definitely trigger my nostalgia. I have a lot of memories of Magic the Gathering and the good times I've had. Yeah, you know what? You could combine things like Goad with the Light Minefield. There are ways to make it work, but it's an underwhelming card. And it's not like, I doubt any demand for it is surged, turning it into something amazing, right? So, 'tis what it is. Oh, I forgot to take the Snake Umbra out. Oops. Oh well. That's not a big deal. I can always grab that later. Or now. Just whatever. I'm going to leave it. From the flower, let's do a flip or rip it with a pack. Sure. Go ahead, send me the pack, and then we'll do it up, buddy. That's how it works. Hey, let's do this thing with a pack. Awesome, you provide it. Especially when it's like, hey, why don't we damage some of your property? No, how about you give me stuff and then see if I'm willing to damage it even then. Or if I'm just going to go, thanks for the pack, flip it and rip you off by not tearing the cards. That would actually be pretty fun. We're going to play Flip It and Rip It. By rip it, I mean ripping you off. So there ain't no legal definition of flip it or rip it. So I can do this, not open the pack, right? And go, flip it and rip it, bitch. I flipped you the bird and I ripped you off. I'm going to sell the booster pack you gave me to somebody else. Eat my bag. I'm good with wordplay. I was a fucking beast lord when it came to D&D and people making wishes, and I'm like, go ahead, make whatever wish you want. I promise you it's not going to turn out the way you want. If you make a reasonable wish that feels like it's within the normal power scope of the magical wish spell, I won't mess with you, because that's how we're supposed to do it, and it works a certain way. But if you try and go overboard with your wish, you're hosed. Because I promise you, no matter how ironclad you think your wish is, I can hose you. You can even write it out ahead of time and read it to me if you want. I will hose you. You're not gonna get what you want. It's not gonna happen. Miko, you love how real I am? Thanks, buddy. I'm like Jennifer Lopez. I'm real, the way I walk, the way I talk. And Ja Rule can't go on without me. Millmaster, you got cornbread? You bastard. I want cornbread. Loco, you wish you were the DM. You are a dirty manlet. You're just two letters. You could even. I wish I was the dungeon master. Wow, congratulations. You're the master of a dungeon now, full of obese elderly people that you're beholden to work on and care for and beat. Have fun. Your life sucks now. You got yourself a menial garbage job doing nothing. Buck, if I had to survive on any plane in Magic, which would it be? You just pick Ravnica, or you pick Ravnica, right? Just pick a city. One that's got a city on it, and just live my normal life. I would just I'd be on Ravnica, live streaming. Oh, Magic sucks! That's what I'd be doing. I'd be like, the new card game, mundaning the get-togethering sucks. The lore has gotten terrible. What up, Tony? How you doing, buddy? Yamagoro, bro, I feel you. I'm not really a flip it and rip it kind of guy. I don't like destroying Magic cards, really, overall, unless it's for like comedic purposes. But I am not going to destroy any Magic card without seeing it first. I'm not going to be the, oh, you just destroyed a $40 card. No, I didn't. I kept that card and I fucking sold it because I got fucking bills to pay. I got a fucking disabled wife to take care of. I ain't fucking spending my time going, look at me. Oh, hey, how are you doing in your everyday life? Are you like me? Are you just trying to get by? Are you worried about your food budget and stuff? Watch me accidentally destroy a fucking $100 card, you fucking loser peasant. How do you feel about your life now? This doesn't even affect me. I don't even care that I destroyed it. Having this money would have helped you, though. Probably would have helped you for the whole month. $100 is a lot of money. Fuck that shit. I'm not destroying a dollar rare, son. Because if I can get a quarter for it, I'll get the quarter. Daddy needs money. Right? Like, I ain't destroying nothing. I destroyed vehicles when Kaladesh came out. If you think I destroyed any vehicle I could sell, you're out of your mind. I most assuredly did not. I did not. No, I did not. I'm not going to fucking destroy a smuggler's copter on principle. Because my principles say, it's a card game, asshole. And no matter how much you disagree with certain things being put in it, you disagree more with destroying money. Right? That's it. That's it. What's with all the detective hats all of a sudden? Oh, you want fucking amazing hat action. All right. Prepare yourselves. You like? I am a knight. I am a powerful knight. This is the mouth guard, guys. This is the mouth guard. These are my eyes. It's supposed to be. I should just stick some fucking googly eyes up here. I should stick some googly eyes up here. Knights to battle! Let's go, guys! I feel unprotected. A perfect fit. Exactly. Exactly. I am as protected as you can be. Right here. You see, looking like, oh yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. It's like you just go like this and put it on, and you're just like, come on, man, this is as down as it goes. My nose is too fucking big. You guys know that's the problem. Look at this fat honker. Look at my fat nose. You know how hard it is to jam this thing into things, bro? You know what it says inside of this? It says this is not protective gear. Don't wear this to protect yourself. What kind of moron is going to put this on and think that it protects you? Look at the terrible job they did painting it, too. Look at that. But yeah, I bought it because I knew it would make people laugh. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Hey, Potts, why don't you... oh, that's right. That's right. He's still banned for 23 hours and 9 minutes. 23 hours and 9 minutes left in your timeout, Potts! You got timed out by this, bro. How does that make you feel? Oh. Knights to battle! Ow! Wait! Ah, okay, don't do that. Ow! What the? There's jabby plastic inside. I scraped my head. There's gonna be a mark in tomorrow's video. Oh, that's funny. Warning, this helmet of a toy is not to be used as a safety protective device. It says it on here twice. It says it on the sticker and whatever. I can't believe this was only $1.50 at the dollar store, guys. See why destroy magic cards and flip it and rip it when you can sell them and buy helmets. I'm gonna wear this tonight when I go to visit your mother after the stream. She's gonna have a night to remember. Oh, that looks like a really bad fit. It's like, wait, you want to talk about bad fits? Wait till I pull my dick out, honey. If you think this doesn't fit well, this part is you. This part is my fat dick. Just wait. I'm a whoop. Mom's gonna have a night to remember. What? Chicken soup with cheese meatballs? That sounds like a crime. It sounds like a crime. Oh. Yo, this is a story of how my medieval life got turned flipped upside down. The edges on this aren't my friend. Oh, man. Now, hey, Billy, get back to work on the bulldozer. Hey, don't fuck around on those rafters, you clown. Put down that jackhammer. I am the foreman here. I look like someone from Ice Wish. Do I double sleeve commander decks? I tend to double sleeve my cube and things like that. Sometimes, sometimes not. Miko, you think a game of Commander with me would be a blast? Well, I'm a pretty fun guy, so that makes sense. That makes sense to me. The fresh knight of Canada. Yeah, I got this yesterday. And I put it over there in Bolus and completely forgot about it until I got reminded during the stream. I'm gonna wear this in some video intro, you know? I'm just that's what's gonna happen. Ow. That was stupid. Probably need to wash my head now. All these fucking Chinese chemicals all over it. You look like if an adult was playing RuneScape. Have at thee, scoundrel! I'm here to get all your party hats. What party hat you got? Randomology, this has been a fantastic stream, and the Zendikars are great. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Crown is better. Oh, you're right. My crown is better. Double now! I'm gonna give your mama the royal experience. Whoop, 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 whoop. These are my legs, by the way. Like, I'm gonna dive at your mom. Wow, lady! Oh, somebody's getting a fucking full body workout. I'm working the core. I'm working the core. Softly, gently, put myself inside her. Make your mother weep, 'cause I've gone in way too deep. And listen to me hump her in the night. Cease and desist incoming from the Phantom of the Opera. This has been my farewell performance. I'm gonna be shut down, guys. Millmaster, more like heaven bound. Oh. Two-legging your mother to the Phantom of the Opera. Those who have seen my dong draw back in fear. That's so stupid. Oh. Oh. Whew. Break Stop says this channel's such a gem. You're right, buddy. You're right. We have fun. What am I drinking? Right, when you see this, it's just Kool-Aid, bro. I'm not drinking anything exciting. It's all just variations of sugar water. Tea, pop, Kool-Aid. That's it. That's it. Brings a whole new meaning to feet fetish. Yo, sometimes you just gotta jump in with 2 feet, right? Sometimes you go whole hog. Sometimes you jump in both feet first, right? Sweaty now. Oh, being a musical stage performer is hard, guys. Cranberry's a pretty good guess, but yeah, I don't have any booze. People sometimes think I'm drinking booze because I'm a maniac, so they just assume this guy must be drunk. But it's like, nah, I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy. What up, Red Dress? Gerthulu, when the Historian hit track's being released. It's just a bunch of badly sung songs about banging your mom. That's funny. That's funny. Jess, no. If you paid for the booze, I would not stream drunk. I'm not interested. I don't enjoy it, and I wouldn't want to be here. I would just leave. If you get me drunk, I'll go. You'll be like, oh, it'd be fun for the stream. It's like, he just left. Either I'll stay and be a fucking asshole, or I'll just leave. Like, those are your... It's not good. It's not going to be a fun time. So, no. No, I'm not interested in that. Medieval Times action. Yeah, boy. All right, my friends. Well, this has been an enjoyable time. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. We shall reconvene again soon. If you haven't already, go check out the lore that I put out on Fantasy Geographic. Second installment of Thunder Junction is now ready for you. So, enjoy some of that, because I'm getting on up out of here. I feel myself dying.